guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming a bit of a different video than what I normally film. I have wanted to film this video for a really long time, but today's video is going to be a Notion tour. And if you don't know what Notion is, basically it's a fancier version of a notes app. I organize literally my entire life on here. There's calendars, there's places to take notes, there's places to put pictures, embed music, all sorts of things. There's so many options for any sort of creative way you want to portray your Notion. I am the drama, and my Notion is dramatic. I've had it for probably 3 to 4 years now, and I have put my blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. So, disclaimer, yours does not need to be at all near how dramatic mine is. There's so much fluff and unnecessary things in mine that I don't even really use, just make things look nicer. So keep that in mind. But I have Notion on my computer. I use the Notion app because that's just easier for me and I use it so much, but it's also, you could just use the website. But I use the app and I have it on my computer, my iPad, my phone, all of the things, so it's always accessible because I put things on my Notion like my grocery list and stuff like that, so it's easy to access from my phone if I have the app. So definitely I recommend the app. You know, when I started off using Notion, I started off with a template that I found from some YouTube video years ago. I could try to find that for you guys and I could try to list other free templates. Notion honestly has a bunch of free templates on their website, so those are just as good to use. I know the one that I had found was a little bit more dramatic and aesthetic. And my favorite thing, I think, is that you could put folders inside of folders and pages inside of pages, because I'm a big subcategories girl. You have the main category, then you have the subcategory, then you have the subcategories of the sub. I like to organize, okay? So I like things to be a specific way. But I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to get into the video. Okay, she's recording, so hopefully this goes well. But this is my homepage, but not really. This is where I keep all of my main pages, and they all have a picture to coincide with it. That is aesthetic and pretty. And I just have a Bible verse up here because I like that Bible verse and I think it's a good reminder. But let's just hop right into the important stuff. The first page that I use most often is home base, and this has pretty much anything that I use every single day and just more generic things. So I would say the page that I use the most is daily, and I have a daily gratitude section over here, so you can fill in something you're grateful for, and then a daily verse. I just have the same one that I had on my first page. Then I have these 3 sections, and we have my planner. This is probably what I use the most. I made this very strategically, so basically the first box on these is self-care. So on really busy days when you don't have a lot of free time, you plan out one thing of self-care to do, whether it's reading a book, going to a coffee shop, it could literally be 5 minutes, stretching, whatever it is. So that's the first box, but the second box is the workout for the day, just so that I could see it on a nice little spread. And then the to-do lists just drop down with these toggles, which is something that's really nice about Notion, is that they have all these toggles. So it just hides all of the clutter of all the information, which I love because I can't stand clutter. So if I had to do film Notion, I can never type correctly, tour. And then I can check it off or not. But then I could also just hide it until I need to see it so that I don't have to see. Because when all of these are filled, it gets a little crazy. Then I have my habit tracker. So this is the month of November. I often forget to use it, as you can tell. But basically up here I just filled in different goals that I have to do every day. Literally taking my vitamins, doing something creative, spending time with God, moving my body. So yeah, this is super helpful just to see how consistent you've been. And then I have a journal section, and I wrote my thoughts on paper-ish because it's really not paper. But I write poems here. I write, if I don't have access to my handwritten journal, I'll temporarily write it here, and sometimes I'll just transfer it to my journal later. But I don't use this a crazy amount, but I definitely like to use that. The next section, I just have this is a notes page. These are my daily affirmations. Then the wellness section I use a lot. So in the workout section of the wellness page, it's another place where I could just plan out my workouts and just look at it as, you know, a whole. And then this is my favorite part that I try to use, and I'm really trying to use more, but it's like a workout journal. So basically, yesterday I went on a walk, and then I'll put in how I felt. How did I feel? I'd say average. And then I usually like to add a little emoji. Put in a sneaker. Yesterday I went on a walk. Today I went to the gym and I hit upper body. Let's say I felt average. So I just like to track. Clearly I've been feeling very average lately, but I like to track like my mood when I work out, because like sometimes I feel super strong, sometimes I feel super weak, but it's like a good thing to look back at and be like, oh, like today might not have been good, but last week my workout was great. You know? I don't know. Back to business. This section, meals and groceries, I used to use so much when I lived by myself, but I don't use it anymore because I don't go grocery shopping for just myself anymore. I just usually go with my mom. But I made a list of literally everything that I usually keep in the house. And then if I had it in the house, I kept it checked. If I didn't have it checked. So if I was at the grocery store, I always knew what I had in the house and what I didn't have. Like I said, I don't use it now because I live at home, but I loved that. And then the recipes section is just a cute place where you can leave a bunch of different recipes, and I put little pictures of all of them. If you ever like need an idea for dinner, just like a place to save recipes. Notion is literally just like your notes app, except I make mine like so dramatic. There's just so much more versatility with Notion than your notes app. And like I said, it's the folders and folders thing, which keeps everything so organized. And then all the other pages right here are backlinks to pages we'll get to in the next section. This is just my calendar. This is just another notes page of accountability questions my friend made up. This is a budget section. Let's go to 2025. So this is how I do it. I keep, clearly this is all wrong, but I keep like target limits. I don't want to spend more than this on this category. And then I also keep important links like my income, spending, and donations, just so I can like more clearly see where my money's going. And then I'll put income in here and expenses over here, just so I know exactly how much I'm spending on every category of like life. Just a helpful place to like keep track of all of that. But anyways, yeah, everything else is backlinks that we'll get to later. Then I have this little widget for a clock. Oh, it's 11:11. I have this little widget. I could link the website below, but there's a bunch of different widgets you can make on a website and then just like embed them. And then you could also embed playlists in here. So this is my like current playlist right now. So I just have that there and I could just click it and it plays. That's the home base. That one's kind of loaded. So yeah, let's go back to my first page. I just call it Jenna's Life. And then the second page I have here is content. I love this page. So very helpful. I love throwing in little quotes into my pages that are like relative to the section. This is just like a notes page. This is my notebook section. So if I ever listen to a podcast or a YouTube video or any sort of like content creation advice, I'll put it here and I just take notes. So this was a video that I watched, I think, or maybe it was a podcast. I'm not sure, but super easy to take notes. And then they're just right here. And then I have 3 main sections of my content page, and it's YouTube, blog, and photography. My YouTube section looks super cute. I just redid this recently, so I'm really happy with it. So yeah, this is my YouTube page. I have this little widget with the same website that I mentioned before. I have no idea what it's called. I'll link it below though. And it allows me to, you know, keep track of how many uploads I have this month. It's November 6th and I posted nothing on YouTube, so we're on 0 right now. But then we have a short to-do list over here, just like general things: film Notion tour, take cover pick, plan morning routine video, and brainstorm more video ideas. So let's check that off because I'm doing that right now. But this folder is so irrelevant if you don't do YouTube, but this keeps all of my like not copyright music and organizes them into this table right here. So it's super duper convenient. There's so many different platforms that Notion has where you could like look at things in different views, like table, board, chart, list, timeline. And depending on what you're organizing, you just pick whatever looks best and works best for you. And then I have a goals section. Goals for November 2025. I want to post 3 videos. I am hoping to gain 50 subscribers, and I want to repurpose my TikToks and post them as YouTube shorts. So those are my goals for the month, and that's just a cute little place I can keep them. Then I have video ideas, super cute and short. And that's the nice thing about this too, is like, this is what most people's pages probably look like because they are normal. And like, it doesn't have to be some dramatic like header pictures thing. So like smaller pages like that, I definitely don't go all out. Well, sometimes I do. Like for this one, I threw in a header. But yeah. So this is where I can plan things. And like I said, the toggles are great. So I just put down that menu and it says Notion Tour. I have like pictures of a inspo I got from another YouTuber. Things that I want to explain, such as anyone can use Notion and I'm the drama and it doesn't need to be this dramatic. But yeah, just an easy place to store all of that. Anyways, then I have my YouTube calendar. This is super duper helpful. Keep track of where I want to film things, and you could put properties. So this is their film, edit, or post, and I could see it right on the calendar. So it's just like easy to see, easy to know what I want to do that day. So I love that. Then the next section is my blog and the podcast that I'd love to make someday, but I haven't gotten there yet. But it's my main blog page, super simple. This is just random stuff, like a mission statement, content ideas, how to start a blog. That's what I did when I was first starting my blog. I like looked up how to start a blog and wrote it down there. Some blog courses I took online, design stuff, important info. This is like stuff I had when I first was designing my website and stuff like that. And then blog planning. This is where I plan all of my blog posts. So again, with the toggles, I have complete, in progress, and ideas. And I just write them right there, copy and paste into my website, super duper easy. Just like an easy place to keep everything. That's all for that. And then my photography page is a little bit more dramatic. So I have business stuff, photography income, and shoots logs. So I keep track of like shoots, if I've gotten paid, how much I got paid, all the details of that. And then photography spending. So if I spend anything on like a resource or like equipment, I throw it in there just so I know how much money I'm investing into my photography. And then I have the education section, which is just where I've taken notes on anything related to photography. The one I use the most is my podcast notes. So each of these is a different page with notes after I listen to a podcast. So that's all super helpful, just to have everything in one place. That's why I love Notion. If you're watching this, sponsor me, please. Anyways, that is the content section. And then I have my goals page right here. Let's click on that one. So this page is my goals page and has really 3 main sections. This is just some flubber I have in here from like the first template I used. So just silly little things, like things I aspire for and silly little things that make me happy. And another little quote over there because I just love throwing quotes in. But this page actually links to the wellness page again because that's really where I keep my wellness goals as well. And then this is my main goal setting section. So I have yearly goals in here and then monthly goals in here. So here's my November goals that I made this month. And I always make a little mood board at the top because it just makes it so much prettier. But anyways, this is my soul section. So these are like journal things from when I first started like finding my faith. These are notes from a podcast I listened to, The Chosen, reflections on Bible verses, daily prayers, just all sorts of things. And I have my worship playlist in here too. And another quote. Love the quotes. But this page is super simple. There's nothing really crazy about it. Every page except for my homepage is super, like, just what it's for, so it's nothing crazy. Homepage is a little hectic because there's just a lot going on. But my next page I called Lifelong Learner. It used to be called School, but I don't do school anymore, so had to revamp it a little bit. But these are all different courses that I either want to take online or have taken online or I'm taking right now. So, for example, LinkedIn Learning. So any LinkedIn Learning classes that I've taken, I put here. So I have my notes for different things here. So this is a class that I finished. So this is a super helpful thing for Notion, using it for school or anything you're taking notes for, because this is literally a notebook. So each section, these are like the main sections, have more smaller sections. So introduction only has one because it's just the introduction. But for example, layout elements, these are all the different sections and modules and chapters that we went through. But it makes everything so easy to find because you know the main topic and then you just have to find the headline instead of like flipping through like a physical notebook and being like, where is the notes on this one specific format, you know? So I loved using it for school and notes like that. And now for online classes like this. And then another playlist here that I use for like school stuff. And then I embedded the Pomodoro timer right in here. So this isn't really my vibe, this picture, so I hide it with the toggle, but it's right here, so I could always use that whenever I want. Okay, next section is career. This section's really jank. It's honestly like all the random things I've tried to like pursue. So like at one point I wanted to have a luxury picnic business. Never actually did that, but I like started planning out ideas for it. So like this is just random stuff from that. It's like more of like an archive center, you know? And then this is a job that I had. So all my work for this job is in here. This is a project I'm working on right now. We'll see where that goes. This is a travel thing I was a part of for like travel careers. And then this is old files from my old jewelry business that I used to do in college. Okay, next page. I love event planning. And I'm the drama, if you can't tell. So this section, love her. She's super plain and simple, but what more do you need? So the main sections here at this point in my life are birthdays, random, and maid of honor duties, because I'm my best friend's maid of honor for her wedding, and so have some planning to do. But birthdays is here, so right now I'm planning my birthday. Even though birthday is not for like 2 more months, 3 more months. I like to plan ahead. I'm thinking currently about going to New York City for my birthday. I wanted to do something a little bit more dramatic. I'm from Long Island, so like going to New York City is very simple for me. But I wanted to like kind of go somewhere and like have a little weekend trip, but like she was being the drama. So I tamed her down a little bit and now we're thinking New York City. So, like I said, my birthday is still far away, but I started making sections where I can list places I might want to go or things I might want to do, just so I can be sane about it, because this is how I think about things. And then the Christmas season just started, so still planning this out. But the only thing I did do, my mom wanted to make Christmas cocktails, so I sectioned off some cocktails that we wanted to make. And then again, my favorite feature, the toggle down recipe and instructions. Isn't that great? I just love it. And then my next section is going to be like gift guide, like gifts I'm getting people and like links and stuff like that, so I can just keep track of all of that. And then I don't know what these might be or if they'll ever be anything, but this is just what I started. And then we have maid of honor duties, and I'm planning bachelorette trip. So this is like the mood board. The rest is like secret. Vision board over here, the schedule, very not true, very not finalized. We haven't like really figured that out all the way yet, but this is just what we thought about. And then the list section, these are decor links, these are welcome bag links, a link to the invites, and then important links of things that we're gonna do or we might do, like the house rental, all over there. Try not to go into too much detail because my friends watch my videos. But yeah, that's pretty much my event planning page. And then I have the archive section, which is just like old things I planned on here, like my last birthday, my other friends' birthdays, all sorts of random things. The last page of my Notion is my travel page, which hasn't gotten much use lately because I haven't been traveling. Post-grad life, we're getting there. But no trips in motion. But this is just where I keep anything travel related. So I have a general packing list here, and I could just copy and paste this into any trip that I'm planning. And then I have my people I meet on vacation section, which I love so much. So basically every time I go somewhere and I meet new people, I make them all like a little description so I don't forget about them, because a lot of times you meet people on vacations and you never see them ever again, and you met them for like an hour, and it's so easy to forget about the people we meet. But I think it's so important to remember like them and remember the stories and the things that they taught you in the short amount of time that you were with them. So I have a little thing here where each of these has a section with like all the random people I met, and yeah, and I just love that. So that's in my travel section. Trips in motion would be here, but it's not. I have a travel playlist linked over here. Dream trips that I like started thinking about planning but then like didn't end up going or like getting around to. Definitely a lot more dream trips than this. And then I have my past trips here. So this one in particular is the one that I planned the most, and it's my Italy study abroad. So this actually expands into its own page. And basically I planned day trips over here. I planned out of the country trips, and I didn't take all of these, but I was definitely planning ahead for whatever we ended up going on. And then weekend trips within Italy. So yeah, that was super helpful. So yeah, so basically each page had a packing list and then links to whatever things I found, articles that were helpful, or bookings that I wanted to book, and then to-do lists, whatever. Whatever made sense for that trip is what I put there. But yeah, definitely super fun to get to plan all of that. But yeah, that's pretty much my whole travel section. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole Notion. I know that was a lot, and I'm sure I rambled on more than necessary. I tried to keep it brief and to the things that would actually matter, but I'm sure I didn't. But moral of the story, Notion is fabulous, and I would definitely be down to like explain how to do all of this as well, or like go in depth more on a certain page or certain ideas and ways to use Notion. If you have any questions, definitely just comment them below. Moral of the story, I love Notion. I am the drama, but I love to be the drama. And this is like a creative outlet for me. And it honestly makes doing things so much easier and better, because every time I look at it, I'm excited to look at it because I made it fun to look at. Having my to-do list look pretty makes me actually want to check things off and come back to it and look at it. So this is just how my brain works. Like I said, it doesn't have to be this dramatic, but Notion's just a very useful tool, especially for note-taking and for school and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my rambling, but let me know if you guys want to see any more Notion content or anything like that, and I'll see you next time.